Hey guys, so today I want to share with you the 5 essential mindset shifts that you need essentially to be a profitable online entrepreneur. So we know that your thoughts and your beliefs and the stories that you hold, coupled with the energy and the emotions that you feel in your body on a consistent basis, create the experience that you have of the reality around you and your outcomes in your life and your business. Yeah? So essentially then, you could download any strategy from the internet and apply it. But if the difference between you applying it and somebody else applying it could be very, very different depending on the thoughts that each of you have and the energy that each of you hold around that particular outcome that you want to create. So this is really important because there are lots of people teaching you the strategies, but what I don't see enough of is people teaching the mindset shifts, the very specific things to think about, to tell yourself, to start to believe, and the emotions to be holding within your body that are going to create the outcome consistently for you. This is super important. So I want to share with you 5 of my most favorite mindset shifts that are essential to be able to overcome any fear and scarcity and worry and uncertainty about your online business results and to be able to create abundance in every area of your online business, right? Okay, so let's go number 1. So I want you to think about shifting that fear that you hold around showing up online consistently into bravery, okay? So if you're fearful of showing up, this energy is going to translate into the content that you put out, into the videos that you do, into the sales conversations that you have. If you're fearful of the result, potentially making the sale, which is a very real thing to be afraid of sometimes, if you're fearful of how people are going to respond to you when you show up online, that's very common. What will my friends think? What will my family think? If you're fearful of those things, that energy is going to come across in everything that you do, and it's not a magnetic energy, okay? So we want to be shifting this fear into a brave, abundant, attracting energy as much as we can. So we are attracted to certainty, we're attracted to confidence, we're attracted to optimism, we're attracted to positivity, and this is sometimes a case of fake it till you make it, but as you go, you begin to trick your mind into thinking that you do actually experience those emotions when you show up. So that's the one part of it, is to show up with a confidence as if you were already that person who felt confident, who felt brave. The second part of it is absolutely doing the mindset work behind it, knowing that you'll be okay if people do call you out on something that they don't agree with, knowing that you'll be okay if friends or family do say something that's potentially not as supportive, knowing that you'll be okay when people do say no to you in sales conversations, because these things happen, right? So this is a huge part of it, is mindset, and also the showing up, knowing 100% that you back yourself as well. So that's number 1. That's counteracting the fear into bravery, okay? So number 1. Okay, number 2 is we want to make sure that if you're holding any energy of scarcity in your body, that we shift this into a feeling and energy of abundance. So let me explain what I mean by that. If you're showing up with an energy of scarcity, you're showing up asking yourself questions like, will enough people buy this? I don't have enough money right now, so I have to launch this to make some money. I'm not sure if this is going to sell. Now, all of these questions and this feeling of scarcity, again, will carry through your message. You will end up having a message that's very grabby, that's very needy, that people will actually run away from. You guys will have experienced this when people reach out to you in your direct messages and you can just feel the scarcity coming through it. We want to make sure that we counteract that scarcity and move it into a feeling of abundance. Now, what most people don't realize is that they wait for the abundance to show up before they feel abundant. Now, this is a really big mistake. When we can move ourselves into the energy of abundance, and by that I mean I know that people are going to buy this. I have plenty of money. I have plenty of clients. I already have enough of everything. This is just extra, and I want to be able to serve, and I want to be able to help. When we show up from that energy of abundance, people are magnetized to it. We end up attracting more of it. And you will have seen this online as well, when people show up and they're very unattached to the outcome of what they're selling or what they're marketing. They're showing up from a place of service and a place of abundance. It comes across in the energy. Okay, so a couple of tips on that is making sure that you're feeling gratitude for what you already have. A lot of people will set goals thinking that once I get the goal, then I'll feel abundant. Feel grateful for what you already have, even if it's just a tiny little piece of something that you already have right now. And then also feel grateful for the things that you are bringing into your reality right now. That energy of gratitude is so magnetic. Okay, so that's number 2, moving from scarcity into abundance. So number 3 is be a relationship builder, not an audience builder. Now let me explain what I mean by that. There are a lot of strategies out there in the online space that are going to teach you how to build an audience, to increase your follower count, to increase your engagement, to get into the 10K followers on Instagram. Now, these things are great. Like, of course you want to have an audience when you're running a business. If you don't have an audience, you don't have people who can buy from you. Absolutely. You don't have people who you can help. Okay, but that's not the main thing. The main thing is that you show up from a place of service, that you are wanting to build relationships. Every like, every follower, every comment is a human that you get to build a relationship with. It's not a numbers game. It's a relationship game. It's a connection game. When those people feel that you want to get to know them, that you care deeply about them, not just another number to you, they will be more attracted to you. So I urge you to think about showing up from a place of building relationships, not just building an audience. They are very, very different. Now, what I want to also suggest on this is know that what you are doing is enough, okay? So know that the relationships that you are building is enough to make the sales that you want to make, to help the number of people that you want to make. This energy of trust and not having to force it into the hundreds of followers or thousands of followers is very, very important. Yeah? So that's number 3. Now, number 4 is all about cultivating patience and trust and faith that the results are coming. Now, whenever we show up online, we can show up from a place of forcing results and wanting them to be here now, or we can show up from an energy of patience and trust and faith that the results are coming. You guys can hear my dog in the background. So the key is to actually shift into this energy of knowing and believing that it is done, that any belief that you shift, any action that you take is enough to create the results that you want to create. As soon as we show up from a place of putting a piece of content out or doing a live and going, was it enough? Like, did I do enough? Did I sell right? That's what we bring back into us. We bring back more doubt. We bring back more fear. So show up from a place of cultivating that patience, that trust, and that faith that it is coming. That's number 4. So number 5 is all about clarity, confidence, and certainty. So you can imagine that if we show up with the opposites of these, people are not going to be attracted. If we show up with confusion, if we show up with a lack of confidence, and we show up with uncertainty, people aren't going to want to buy from us. People aren't going to want to listen to what we say, and they certainly aren't going to trust us. So taking the time to shift yourself into this feeling of clarity, confidence, and certainty before you show up will pay off in spades for you. So let me explain a little bit what I mean more about each of those things. So in terms of clarity, this is really about being very, very clear on who you serve, the message that you are putting out there, and the problem that you solve. The greater clarity you can have on this, the more this will come across in your copy, in your language, and the more people will feel that clarity when they engage with you in your brand. If they show up with you and you are unclear about any of this, they won't know if you are talking to them or not, which means that they will tune out. If you know exactly who you're talking to and that clarity comes across, they will go, oh yeah, that's me, or they'll go, oh yeah, that's not me, and they'll know. So you're going to really separate the tire kickers from the people who are committed here. The second thing is confidence. And so this is all about, again, like I mentioned earlier, a little bit of faking it till you make it. So strategies to bring out this level of confidence are practicing talking in front of the mirror, talking through your message with people that live in your household, making sure that you express yourself clearly in conversations with people like current clients, at networking events. Show up with that air of confidence. And a little bonus tip here is remember your physiology. So if you have your chin up, your shoulders back, and either you're standing or you're sitting in a very upright position, you're going to feel more confident. The second you move down into this kind of space, you feel less confident. So use your physiology to ensure that you're feeling and expressing that confidence whenever you show up. Yeah? So the next one is certainty. So when it comes to what you deliver and who you serve, you need to have that certainty that you can deliver it. So if you don't have that level of certainty, people aren't going to feel it when they come and talk to you. If you don't immediately be able to convey the kinds of results that you have, or talk about the wins that your clients have had, or the things that you've been able to do for yourself, people won't trust you. They won't have that social proof. So this can come across in what you talk about. So using case studies and testimonials and stories about how you've helped people, and also in the way that you show up and you talk about how you can do it, okay? So having that certainty is really going to help you. So those three things again were clarity, confidence, and certainty in how you show up. Okay, so those were the number 5 essential mindset shifts that you can do in order to show up and be a more profitable online entrepreneur. Now, if you want to dive deeper into this, if you guys are watching this before the 3rd of April 2020, you have the opportunity to jump in live to a series of free masterclasses, which are then going to become a paid bundle called the Fulfilled and Abundant Entrepreneur is my online group. So if you want to come and join that group, from March 30th to April 3rd, I'm doing 5 consecutive days of online trainings. They're going to be super high value, delving into each of these 5 elements and giving you some very practical steps on how you can build each of these 5 elements in your business, start making more money online, building your relationships with people, and showing up as the online abundant entrepreneur that you were meant to be. So if you want to join that, the link to join that will be down below to come and join the group. Now, if you're watching this after April 3rd, 2020, don't stress, because I'm still making this available to you. It's just going to be at a very small, affordable price for this bundle. And the really cool thing is when you purchase this bundle, there are a ton of free, never seen before bonuses that are going to be included with it. So the link to the sales page will be down below if you are after April 3rd, 2020. So I'd love to see you in the group if that sounds like it would resonate with you. Otherwise, let me know if you have any questions down below. It's been great to spend another 10 minutes or so with you guys. I'll see you again next week for another video. Ciao!